Hello there, Reddit enthusiasts, and welcome back to Woven Webs. Today we have a good one for you. A 25-year-old woman slept with a 27-year-old woman who also happens to be her boss, and she doesn't regret it. This story comes to us out of the Off My Chest subreddit, and she writes in a throwaway account. I'm a 25-year-old woman and I slept with my new boss. I'll call her A 27-year-old woman, and I don't regret it. For starters, I didn't know she was my boss. I got hired for my dream career in a high position with high pay as an architect, engineer, designer for a real estate development firm. Now, it was the manager of my division who interviewed and hired me, so I never met the actual boss owner beforehand. She was also away on a business trip the first week I was there. On the weekend, my friends took me to a club to celebrate me being their new sugar mama as a joke. And after a couple hours of some fun, my friends and I got separated, and I met A, and I was very attracted to her. We kept making eye contact, so I went up to her. We talked and flirted a lot, and the night ended me being with her. In the morning, we exchanged numbers because we wanted to get to know each other, and the next day I went into work thinking everything was fine and normal. Then my manager told me the boss is back and she wants to introduce me because we're going to be working on some projects together. And when I entered the office and looked at her, I was in complete shock, and I could tell she was as well. It literally felt like my heart stopped. We just played it off as we'd never met before, though. The following day it was awkward, and we didn't speak a word to each other, but all I could think about was her. When we passed by or saw each other, we made eye contact, but that was it, and I could still feel the tension. Now, after work, she texted me to meet up and talk, and we finally had a deep conversation about everything. And we admitted there's something that's attracting us, and we still want to get to know each other, because we had an amazing time together, but it felt wrong now that she's my boss. We've been talking and seeing each other outside of work ever since, and we don't want to stop because we feel so deeply connected. I could even say I'm falling for her. Now, I know to society it may seem wrong because of the whole power imbalance thing, but being with her feels so right. And starting off the comments, Harmacist writes, "This is movie material. That's all I got to say." Nikki Smith 90210 writes, "It's like Grey's Anatomy, but not same sex." Wrath and Plaster says, "At my company, a relationship between a boss and subordinate would not be allowed and would require an internal transfer for the employees to remain working there. Now, even if it's not against the rules, you would be wise to consider your transfer options if things go south in a bad way." Ikeron writes, "Yeah, this is a terrible idea in my opinion. OP, you're in the honeymoon phase right now, and during that time it always feels like nothing can ever go wrong. She has the power to ruin your career. You're financially dependent on her, and depending on your savings, your job prospects, she may even have the power to make you homeless. Now, if this was a 50-year-old man instead, people would, rightfully, find this uncomfortable and unsafe. But age and gender actually have nothing to do with this. It's the power dynamic that makes it unsafe, and you have the exact same power dynamic right here." Protean Proxy says, "Okay, I'm hijacking this post to let everyone know how I feel about this. But if your boss was a guy, there's absolutely no way people would be so chill with this. People would be screaming all sorts of abuse of power, power imbalance, irresponsibility on the boss's part. Yet for some reason, because your boss is a woman, it's fine. Please explain this." Ah, the sweet taste of the forbidden fruit. It's always the best, isn't it? But on a bigger scale, this story lays bare the hypocrisy by many people in the world today. If this was a man of any age, they would be raining holy hell down on him in the comments. But since it's a woman, it's all cool. A man would be a predator, taking advantage of her, all these bad things. But since it's two women, it's, you go girl, you get what you want. Tell me I'm wrong here. Let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate you watching.